What's going on, y'all? KM Best here, and we are here to answer the age-old question posed by Edwin Starr. War. Huh. What is it good for? Absolutely nothing. There you go. That's been my review of War Machine. Remember to like and subscribe. No, okay, let's actually dive into why War Machine might be the most overrated card to release in Marvel Snap in a very long time. Now, War Machine is a card that reads very exciting. Blows up Professor X, any strategy relying on Storm, things of that nature. It's going to be really good into that. But I think more than that, the reason people were excited for War Machine was so they could play two cards specifically. The Infinite, a 6/20 that is otherwise unplayable if you played any cards the turn before it, and Ebony Maw, a card that is unplayable past turn 3 and prevents people from playing when you have played it. Now, I get why the appeal is there, right? Like, this is a 27 power turn on the final turn of the game. You play Hope Summers, you play War Machine on turn 5, and you play 27 power. That's pretty good. The issue right now that this deck has is a lot of stuff is just gonna go bigger than what you're trying to do. When your Haymaker is 27 power, you end up behind on rate against things like Phoenix Force, which can just put 30 power in every lane. You end up behind against things like Tribunal. You end up behind against things like Hela. You end up behind even against things like Thanos a decent amount of the time. Then the issue becomes, how do I put this into a deck? And then things get even more dicey for Marvel Snap's newest card. My contention is that the only place that War Machine is a genuine improvement over other cards that I have found is in the Black Knight archetype. And the Black Knight archetype does get meaningfully improved by playing War Machine. However, I do not believe that the Black Knight archetype becomes a highly competitive deck based on the inclusion of War Machine. Here's what my most successful Black Knight War Machine deck looked like. And I will be honest, I do feel like this deck could have performed better. There were several situations where I was 66 or 75% to win the game that I lost it. And I think maybe if I'd won those games, I would have felt better about it. But as is, I think this deck felt like it needed to get lucky a bit too much for me to be able to actually vouch for it. You'll be able to make your own judgments when we go to some gameplay later on. Although, I'm going to be honest, they're probably all going to be wins. Just understand, even in those wins, it doesn't feel great. So, how does this deck work? Well, War Machine solves exactly one problem in the Black Knight list. And that problem is, I'm doing nothing, and sometimes I have a Hope Summers, and I can play Hope Summers into War Machine into, your typical Infinite game plan. And that is pretty good. Like, when that happens, that is good. But it doesn't alleviate any of the other major issues that Black Knight has, and those issues are really on display in a deck like this that is less actually described as a deck and more as a collection of like 3 packages of cards you're kind of just jamming into the same shell. One other thing that's going against Black Knight at the moment is that this style of mid-range deck, and this is a mid-range deck, make no mistake, is not actually necessarily up to par against how tall the current metagame goes. We've talked a lot about decks like Destroy and Basic Discard, and of course Thanos and their ability to just go very, very tall. And even when you're making an Ebony Blade that's like a 420, which does not happen often, let's be real about that, you are still liable to lose games. I had games where I not only had an Ebony Blade that was a 420, I also had a Ghost Rider for that Infinite, and I just lost on points because my opponent was playing Destroy or something like that. That's the actual issue I think this deck runs into. In a metagame where this can be the biggest mid-range deck around, I think there's actually utility in it. But if you're playing a deck this inconsistent, you're going to end up in a spot where your deck goes off, and you want to be winning those games where your deck goes off. And frankly, if you're going to play a deck that's inconsistent, just go play Phoenix Force instead. Like, this is a deck that is deeply inconsistent with very powerful high rolls, but its high rolls aren't enough to beat, say, I don't know, your Destroy opponent got Deadpool Hulkbuster into a 24 power Deadpool. That's just bigger than what you do. And that kind of stuff makes this deck very awkwardly positioned, which is really bad news for War Machine because War Machine wants to be in this deck. I don't think that card goes basically anywhere else. So, okay, you have this new card that goes in one deck and does meaningfully improve that deck. What other decks are people playing it in? And I have seen it in a variety of decks, and basically all of them have seemed uninspiring, right? Okay, I've seen people play this card in Zoo, and it's like, you know, you could probably replace him with basically anything else and it would be fine. Like, cool, you get your Infinite Dracula dump thing, but like, that's not overly compelling to me beyond what you were already doing with, you know, cards like Mockingbird and Cull Obsidian. That stuff seems like a very reasonable replacement for over-indexing for Dracula dump stuff. It's not the end of the world. It's not unplayable. You can do it, but it's not making that deck that much better. I have seen him in lockdown strategies, and I will say I think he is absolute cope in most lockdown decks. Lockdown decks are looking to be gotten by him. They're not looking to use him to get people. He is much more of an anti-lockdown card than he is a pro-lockdown card. And I think that is something that, you know, people are missing. But generally, what's actually happening that I've noticed is a bunch of people are playing bad War Machine decks, and they're losing to the people who are playing not bad War Machine decks. Or, you know, decks without War Machine. So, would I recommend you buy War Machine using either 6,000 tokens or Spotlight caches? No, I wouldn't. I don't think you should buy War Machine using either tokens or Spotlight caches. I think this is one you should be a little bit aware of in the future, but I will draw an analogy from this card to the Grandmaster. Now, I don't expect War Machine's numbers to end up as bad as the Grandmaster's did. I get that. I think it will end up in a more reasonably playable range than the Grandmaster did. But it is similar in the context of this card has a home, but it doesn't necessarily make that home good enough to be competitive. And the reason you would ever want to pick it up, in my humble opinion, at the moment, is because you are looking for this card to be good in the future. Right now, I don't think he has a home. And also, there is something to be said for the idea that right now, this is as bad as the card is ever going to be. War Machine in a War Machine meta is a little bit harder to actually use properly if everyone is doing this. If you are trying to leverage the advantage this card gives you, now is not the right time to do it. Now, I am going to talk about one other thing here, and it is that people have been asking me to compare War Machine and Cannonball, and you know what? Right now, Cannonball is more useful. I personally think that neither of them are worth your time or attention right now, but right now, yeah, I'd rather have Cannonball than I'd War Machine. Not a ringing endorsement. All right, y'all. This has been KM Best. We're going to put some gameplay on the back end of this video so you can actually see how this card works in action. I typically put mostly wins in my videos because I've heard that's best practice, so I probably will be doing that here. I don't want you to watch the second half of this video and be like, oh my god, look at all these awesome things it's letting me do. It must be a great card. I think you should listen to me rather than just watch the end of it, but I totally understand. I am very grateful that you guys have made it this far in this video, watching me just like rant about how much I hate this card for a little bit. I'm really scared to do this, to be completely honest with you. It's very scary for me to take a strong position this early, but I do feel like this card warrants it because hopefully I will be able to convince people, if not to buy it, at least to wait, because I think, you know, it is possible this card ends up getting better. I understand that. I think you need to wait on it if you were super set on getting this card. I think there is a very decent chance that spending your cards, your tokens, your caches on this will be a mistake. And I hope that this video gets to you in time. Thanks. Infinite. It could have been a bunch of shit, honestly. It could have been a bunch of shit. That's actually... There's just a lot that this could have been, what should have happened there. Ghost Rider 15 gets out of Blob. Ghost Rider plus War Machine. It is a cool deck, Gnome. Thank you for noticing. No, we didn't have extra energy. We had Zabu. Am I in the Magneto game? I don't think so. I think I'm in the Zabu game, and I might be in the Zabu on Gamma Lab game. I mean, I guess I have the War Machine in hand. I was thinking about Ebony Hulk gaming, I'm not gonna lie. Very interesting turn. Okay. Oh, that's horrifying. I got plenty of good draws here, right? Why play Blade? Literally for points? And I guess to play around Ebony Maw. Holy shit, I'm a genius? Play around Iceman, I'm literally a god. Huh. How do I go about this? Dude. Oh. I guess that's cool. I was trying to not get sniped there. I guess all my plays worked. There's worse shit to do, I can tell you that. I take it back. This is the worst shit ever. Fuck this card. Stupid fucking Ebony Maw. Never mind, he's great again. He's goated again. Ew. This takes me to 6. Lets me do War Machine, Miss Marvel next turn. Oh, it's actually just Hela. Oh, that's not good. I think I'm going to stay in it, but I'm depressed. I could Infinite the middle, but, like, how do I fucking win any other lane is the issue. I think if it's anything, it's this. I'm a genius. I'm literally a genius, chat. Nobody's fucking better than me, dude. Woo! Shang-Chi Ghost Rider or something, but I don't think it works. That is the issue, unfortunately. Yeah. That's certainly a guy. I'm thinking about the potential for turning off that Wakanda because it's where they're going to put their stuff they want to be safe. Oh. Well, they just did that anyway. Okay. Nice. Yeah, it's just War Machine for Ebony Maw. Might not be a good idea. Yes, it is also for Infinite, but what they're asking is, do we only have War Machine to make Ebony Maw playable? Which is true, yes. Am I mistaken in thinking that this vulture is un-Shang-Chi-able despite the cloak? Am I mistaken in thinking that? Okay, I was pretty sure I was correct about that. Oh shit. Yes! Woo! That was so scary. Holy fuck. That makes you just look deranged. I'm not gonna lie, you just look deranged. God damn it. God damn it. There's 2 Loki enjoyers. Yeah, shockingly, people aren't very original with their shit. Deranged? Decklist exclamation mark. Sir, what? Alright, Lady Sif. I'd really request you not take a shit on me here. Oh. Well, what's this? Alright, Lady Sif. Please don't do it to me. Okay, cool. Behold my power. We are absolutely Clogrite gamers. Destroyer to assert dominance? Bro. Bro. I mean, it's too late to snap, right? It's probably not too late to snap. I don't know. It could be, though. Could be, though, chat. Whoa. Okay, maybe I'm an idiot. Oh shit, Destroyer? No! Are you fucking shitting me, game? I'm so fucking mad. I think you earned one. I think you earned one here. Yeah, see you in 10 minutes. It's the worst shit about being a content creator. Is like, you'll be like, oh, I'll stay for content, right? And then when you stay for content, every fucking guy in the entire world, I don't know if you're aware of this, but every guy in the entire world will stop in to be like, wow, what a copium stay. It's like, man, I know. I fucking know. I was there. Why are they snapping me, chat? If they like Nexus, does that mean they have Eliath? Jesus. Am I just getting Eliath here? Maybe. Why not War Machine left? Because I needed the energy to play the Ebony Maw too. If they play Eliath, right? Is this... How exactly afraid of Eliath do I have to be? Like... I can play around it. I'm not sure I should. I'm not sure I should. What do you think? Should I play around it? Never played around anything in my life, actually. Damn, that's crazy. Never played around anything in my life, actually.